She was in my bed before I even asked her name, and somehow she said I was late. The words burn in my mind, a riddle I can't unravel as the shuttle's engines hum beneath me, pulling me toward Ethris Dash, a research station clinging to the edge of a planet so far from Earth it feels like a wound in the cosmos. I'm Corian Vane, 31, a systems analyst with a talent for mending broken machines and a heart that's been shattered too often to trust easily. My jumpsuit hugs my frame, threadbare but tight, the fabric catching the faint glow of the shuttle's controls. My pulse races as the viewport reveals the planet below, a churning sea of violet storms, their edges glinting like shattered glass, with obsidian peaks piercing the clouds, glowing faintly under a sky that twists light into unnatural shapes. The air inside the shuttle carries a sharp tang of ozone, laced with something sweeter, like petals crushed underfoot, and it stirs a memory I can't place, a déjà vu that claws at the edges of my mind. I've never been here, yet it feels like I've never left. The shuttle docks with a soft hiss, the hatch sliding open to reveal Ethris's main corridor. My boots echo on the polished black floor, each step reverberating like a heartbeat in the silence. The walls shimmer, threaded with circuits that pulse like veins, their blue glow casting my shadow in jagged, distorted shapes that seem to move when I'm not looking. Gravity is wrong here, too light one moment, making my steps float, then heavy, pressing against my chest like an unseen hand. I grip my data pad, its screen flickering with the station's schematics, but the numbers blur, meaningless against the hum that vibrates through the air, low and insistent, like a song I should know. My breath catches as I sense her, a presence at the corridor's end, her silhouette framed by the neon veins, sharp and magnetic. Dree. Her name's in my briefing, but it feels older, etched into my soul, like a promise I made in another life. She leans against a console, her body lithe and powerful, her engineering suit clinging to every curve. It seems glowing with the same blue as the station's circuits. Her hair, a cascade of silver, catches the light, shimmering like liquid starlight, and her eyes, cybernetic, polished chrome, lock onto me, piercing through my defenses, seeing parts of me I've buried deep. Her left arm, a sleek lattice of metal and synthetic muscle, flexes as she shifts, the implants blending seamlessly into her flesh, a fusion of human and machine that makes my breath hitch. She smiles, a slow, knowing curve of her lips, and I feel a pull, like gravity bending toward her, tugging at my heart, my blood, my thoughts. "You're late, Corian," she says, her voice low, husky, like a melody played on strings I didn't know I had. It's not just her words, it's the way they coil around me, warm and heavy, stirring a heat in my chest that I can't ignore. Late? I choke out, my voice rough, my heart pounding against my ribs. "I just got here. How do you know my name?" She doesn't answer, just steps closer, her movements fluid, deliberate, like she's gliding through time at a different rhythm. The air hums, charged with something electric, and the station's veins flare brighter, their pulse quickening, syncing with my own. Her scent hits me, metal and jasmine, sharp and floral, like a storm blooming in my lungs, and it's intoxicating, clouding my thoughts, making my skin prickle. I want to step back, to anchor myself in the job, in the cold logic of systems and code, but my body betrays me, drawn to her like a ship caught in a star's gravity. Her chrome eyes hold mine, and I feel her voice inside me, not spoken but felt, a whisper brushing my thoughts like a lover's touch. "You'll understand soon," she says, her gaze unwavering, and the words resonate, not just in my ears but deeper, in the marrow of my bones. "Walk with me." I follow, my data pad dangling at my side, forgotten, my steps unsteady as gravity shifts again, a lurch that makes my stomach twist. The corridor stretches, longer than it should, the walls bending subtly, like we're moving through a dreamscape where geometry has no rules. Dree's presence is a tide, pulling at me, and I can't stop watching her, the way her suit shifts with her body, the way her mechanical arm gleams, its circuits pulsing faintly, the way her silver hair sways, catching the light like a comet's trail. I'm here to analyze the station's temporal anomalies, to untangle the glitches that make time stutter and reality fray, but she's the anomaly, a puzzle I can't solve, and I'm already lost in her orbit. The corridor opens into a viewing chamber, its walls transparent, revealing the planet's violet storms swirling below, their lightning flashes painting Dree's face in sharp relief. I pause, my breath catching, the sight both beautiful and terrifying, like staring into the heart of chaos. Gravity falters again, and I float briefly, my boots lifting from the floor before the weight returns, heavier, pinning me in place. Dree's hand finds mine, her touch cool but electric, grounding me. And I feel the hum of her implants through my skin, a vibration that syncs with the station's pulse. Her fingers intertwine with mine, and I'm drowning in her eyes, those chrome mirrors reflecting not just me but something else. Me, older, weary, a man I don't yet know. This place, it's breaking, I say, my voice hoarse, trying to focus on the job, on something solid. The temporal distortions, the gravity shifts. What's causing it? She steps closer, her body inches from mine, her scent overwhelming, jasmine and metal flooding my senses. Ethris is caught in a fracture, she says, her voice soft, her fingers tracing my wrist, finding my pulse. Time doesn't flow here. It loops, bends, folds in on itself. And we're part of it. Her words hit like a shock wave, but it's her touch that undoes me, warm and electric, pulling me toward her. I want to ask what she means, to demand answers, but my thoughts scatter, lost in the heat of her skin, the glow of her eyes. The station hums louder, the transparent walls vibrating, and I swear I see shadows in the storm outside, figures, fleeting, like echoes of us, moving in moments we haven't lived. Gravity shifts, and we're pressed together, her body against mine, her breath warm on my neck, her silver hair brushing my cheek. I feel her heartbeat, or maybe it's the station's, or mine, all tangled together, inseparable. Dree, I whisper, my voice raw, my hands finding her waist, the suit smooth under my fingers, warm with her heat. What are you to me? Why does this feel familiar? She doesn't answer, just leans closer, her lips brushing my ear, her voice a caress that sends a shiver down my spine. You're here because you chose to be, she says, her words heavy with meaning I can't grasp. Because you always choose me. The station groans, a low, mournful sound, and the lights flicker, plunging us into a dim glow, the veins in the walls pulsing faster, brighter. Time feels wrong, seconds stretching into eternities, then snapping back, too short, too fast. I see her face change, older, younger, a flicker of pain, then joy, like I'm seeing every version of her at once. My hands slide up her back, feeling the contrast of flesh and metal, human and machine, and I'm lost in her, in the way she moves, the way she knows me, like she's mapped every corner of my soul. Her lips hover near mine, and I feel the air crackle, charged with something beyond desire, something that could break me. I don't understand, I say, my voice trembling, my fingers tracing the seam where her implants meet her skin, the hum of her cybernetics vibrating under my touch. How do you know me? Why does it feel like I've loved you before? Her chrome eyes soften, and for a moment, they're not mechanical but human, warm and vulnerable, glistening with unshed tears. Because you have, she whispers, her voice breaking, like she's carrying a wound I can't see. In every loop, every fracture, you find me. And I find you. Her words are a knife, cutting through the haze of her scent, her touch, her presence. I want to pull away, to demand clarity, but her lips find mine, soft but urgent, and the kiss is a supernova, burning through my reality, rewriting my existence. I taste metal and jasmine, feel the pulse of her implants, the hum of the station, and I'm falling, not just into her, but into something vast, a current of time and memory that's been waiting for me. The kiss deepens, her hands sliding under my jumpsuit, her fingers tracing my skin, and I'm drowning in her, in the way she feels, the way she knows every place to touch, like we've done this 1,000 times. The station lurches, alarms screaming, red lights flashing, gravity twisting wildly, throwing us against the console. I pull back, gasping, my heart pounding, but Dree's calm, her chrome eyes steady, like she's lived this moment before. The console sparks, its screen flickering with data that makes no sense. Temporal distortions, causality errors, equations that twist like the storms outside. The reactor's light fractures, rainbows splitting into shadows, and I see us in them. Kissing, fighting, dying, living, moments that haven't happened, or maybe already have. My hands are still on her, unwilling to let go, her warmth anchoring me against the chaos. We need to stabilize the core, I say, my voice shaking, trying to claw back control, but my fingers linger on her waist, tracing the curve of her suit. If we don't, this place will tear itself apart. It's not the core, she says, her voice soft, her fingers brushing my jaw, leaving trails of heat. It's us. We're the fracture, Corian. We're what's breaking time. Her words sink into me, cold and sharp, and I feel her in my mind. Not just her voice but her emotions. Longing, fear, a love so fierce it could shatter stars. The station shakes, the walls groaning, the veins flaring brighter, and I hear whispers, faint and distorted, like voices from another time. Corian, stay. They're not hers, but they feel like they come through her, like she's a bridge between moments, a conduit for the station's fractured reality. I try to focus on the console, to fix something, but the data's a storm, and Dree's touch is a distraction, her fingers sliding down my chest, her breath warm against my skin, pulling me back to her. You knew me before I got here. I say, my voice raw, my hands gripping her arms, feeling the hum of her implants, the pulse of her life. How? What am I to you? She looks at me, and her eyes flicker, not chrome but human, soft and aching, a tear glowing like liquid light as it traces her cheek. You're everything, she whispers, her voice breaking, like she's losing me, or I'm losing her. But you're not mine. Not yet. Not ever. The words are a wound, and I feel time fracture, the station's pulse syncing with my own, too fast, too heavy, a rhythm that could crush me. The shadows in the reactor's light grow sharper. Us, in 1,000 lives, loving, fighting, dying, caught in an endless loop. I pull her close, kissing her again, desperate, like I can hold on to her, onto this moment. But she's slipping, her body flickering like a hologram, her touch fading. She's an echo, I think, the realization cold and cruel, cutting through the heat of her. She's not real, or maybe I'm not, just fragments of a broken timeline, doomed to repeat, to find each other and lose each other, over and over. I have to go, I say, my voice breaking, tearing myself from her, my hands shaking as I grab my data pad. Its screen cracked, useless. I can't stay here, Dree. I can't keep doing this. You'll come back, she says, her voice soft, certain, her chrome eyes glowing with a sadness that mirrors my own, a mirror of my own fractured heart. You always do. I run, the station shaking around me, alarms screaming, gravity twisting, pulling me down, then up, like it's fighting to keep me. The corridors stretch, endless, the veins pulsing wildly, whispering my name, their glow searing my eyes. I stumble into a lab, its equipment abandoned, screens flickering with looping images. Us, Dree and me, in moments I don't remember, moments that feel like dreams. A monitor shows us laughing, her silver hair tangled in my fingers, then fighting, her chrome arms sparking as she pushes me away, then dying, her eyes fading as I hold her. I slam my fist against the screen, shattering it, but the images linger, burned into my mind. A cycle I can't escape. The whispers grow louder, Corian, stay, dash, and I feel her in my head, her voice, her emotions, her love, wrapping around me, pulling me back. I push through another corridor, the walls closing in, their veins throbbing like a heartbeat, the air thick with that jasmine metal scent, her scent inescapable. I find an observation deck, its transparent dome revealing the planet's storms, their lightning illuminating the void, and I stop, my chest heaving, my heart aching. I see her reflection in the glass, not behind me, but beside me, her chrome eyes watching, her hand reaching for mine. But when I turn, she's gone, just a flicker, an echo. Dree, I whisper, my voice breaking, my hands pressed against the glass, cold and unyielding. Are you real? Or am I losing my mind? The station answers, a groan that shakes the floor, the veins flaring, the whispers rising to a chorus, Corian, stay, dash. I feel her again, not just in my head, but in my blood, my bones, a pulse that's hers, or the station's, or mine, all one. I run again, my boots pounding, my data pad slipping from my grasp, useless against the chaos. The corridors twist, leading me deeper, past chambers where time seems to bleed, clocks running backward, screens showing my arrival, over and over, Dree's voice calling me late, always late. I find an escape pod, its hatch glowing faintly, a beacon in the dark. I climb in, my heart pounding, her scent still clinging to me, her taste on my lips, her voice in my head. The pod launches, Ethris, shrinking in the viewport, the planet's violet storm swirling below, their lightning a dance of chaos. The alarms fade, but the station's heartbeat follows, pulsing in my chest, in my mind, relentless, inescapable. I'm alone, drifting in the void, but I'm not free. Was this a mission? A dream? Or am I still caught in her loop, her echo, A fragment of a love that never ends? I check my communicator, and it crackles, unprompted. Static hisses, then her voice, faint, distorted, but unmistakable. Corian, you're late. The stars blur outside, and I feel a pulse under my skin, glowing faintly, beating in time with hers, a rhythm that pulls me back. The pod's navigation flickers, and the planet looms again, Etherisa's silhouette reappearing, its neon veins pulsing, calling me home. I close my eyes, her face burned into my mind, her silver hair, her chrome eyes, her touch, and I know I'm not leaving. I'm returning to her, to us, to the moment where it all begins again, where she's in my bed before I ask her name, and I'm late, always late, forever hers.